Hi, and welcome back to Musicians Edition. Practice with me for flute. I'm your teacher, Reesa, and today we're working in the Rubank Intermediate Method, page 28. We're looking at the A-flat major studies, okay? So we are going to be getting in some of those higher registers today, so we might want to put our earphones or our ear protection in. I'm going to do that real quick and grab it. Once anything goes above G, that's when I particularly like pulling these bad boys out. Though it never hurts to do it earlier either. All right. There we go. Hopefully you're protecting your ears too. Let's go ahead and take a look at our key signature. Obviously, it's in A-flat major since that's what today is all about. Okay, so our A-flat major, we have B-flat, E-flat, A-flat, and D-flat. The D-flat one might be one to catch us a little off guard, so we just need to make a note of it, make a mention, remember it, write them in if you have to remember that D-flat. All right, so let's take a look at exercise 1, okay? A-flat major, common time. All right, this has a little bit more interval-y. It is the A-flat major chord, as it says in the name, so it's going to be working a little bit more in thirds. All right, let's just go ahead and give this a try. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, excellent job. So this one might just need to be one that works up a little bit more towards the tempo. I took this slower since, we're first starting this off, and I don't like to just jump us in at full speed. That's crazy. So we also need to make sure we add in our articulations too, okay? So this time, let's add in those articulations. Take a moment to see where you're tonguing and where you're slurring. All right, so we're mainly tonguing on beats 1 and 3 for the top line. We have 1 and 3 for the next, and then we have an entire measure that's over, and that's the one that has all 8 notes. Okay, and then we break it up once again to 1 and 3, 1 and 3, and then holding that last note out. So it's mainly on 1 and 3 is when we're tonguing. All right, let's go ahead and do it again. We'll keep this one slow, focusing on articulation now. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, excellent. It's a little bit harder with appropriate articulations. For this one, it's easy to tongue them all, but a little more challenging when it's slurred. All right, let's do it one more time, and let's take up the tempo a little bit more. I'm gonna put the metronome on for this one, just to make sure. I have a tendency to either speed up, sometimes slow down, and it is important for us to remain. Let's do 85. All right, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, excellent job. So I could feel myself pushing and pulling a little bit, but the metronome helps us keep to it. So make sure you practice with your metronome as well on your own time. Even work it up faster than that. All right, let's go ahead and move on to exercise number 2, A flat major scale. You can see that this one, for the most part, kind of follows along with the pattern of the scale, especially going up, except for we're stopping at D flat. And then we kind of come down a little bit in seconds, going up and down, up and down. All right, so let's go ahead and give this a try. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, excellent job. So you can see that it, for the most part, fits within the scale pattern, making this one not too difficult. But now we do need to add in our articulations. Most of it's just the standard tonguing, except for that first measure. Da, 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 da. Slur, short, short, slur, short, short. And then the rest is regular tonguing. All right, so let's go ahead and do it again. And this time we're going to add that in. The hard part, I mean, it sounds, oh, that's not so hard, except for you kind of want to get into the pattern of doing those staccatos. So just make sure you're playing those other eighth notes full duration. All right, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent job. Don't forget to be playing those D flats. All right, let's do this one more time. Let's speed it up. Once again, let's put on our metronome just to make sure that we're staying with tempo. Let's do this at 85. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, excellent job. So this is one you can also work up to even faster. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the Legato Study. Okay, this one doesn't have the super high A flat. This one's pretty well mid and low registers. Okay, we can see we are now with 16th notes. Take a look at our time signature. What happened to our time signature? Shifted over to 2, 4. Not a big deal. It's just 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. It just looks nasty for how much black is on the page, but it really won't be that bad because if you can take a look, you know, we don't have huge intervals and gaps in between them. It's kind of just, right? So let's go ahead. We'll give this a try. We'll start it off slow just so you can get the feel for it. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent job. So you can feel it's not too bad. There might be little spots that might throw you off a little bit, like when we're starting on the F, you know, and then having to come back A flat, B flat, A flat. That might throw you off a little bit, but nothing too crazy. All right, so now let's add in the articulations, okay? You can see that a good hunk of this is slurred, but it's not slurred the whole entire way, right? It's almost, what is it, per measure? Yeah, it's per measure, so that helps. Every time it's just 1, 1, ta, 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 right? So that makes it easier. All right, let's go ahead and give it a try with the articulations this time. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, excellent job. All right, this time, let's try it with the metronome this time. Okay, and this piece is only moderato, so nothing too crazy. We'll just keep it at 85 here. Okay, ready? Oop, I still had it set to 4, but we'll know. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, excellent job. So there was a pretty big drastic between the tempos from what we were just kind of like willy-nilly practicing and starting off versus here are at our 85, okay? But if you struggled with that at 85, you know what to do. Just set your metronome where it's comfortable and then work your way there, okay? All right, now onto a duet, exercise 4, Gavottee in A flat. We have part A and we have part B. Okay, let's take a look at part B first. Okay, this one doesn't go as high. Let's take a look. We're back in common time, so that helps. We do have some repeat action going on. So our first repeat hits on the second line there. What does that take us to? The beginning. And then we'll go on to the second one. And then it repeats. Then we have a DC, right? So we're going to play from the beginning. And then we're going to do fine there at the end. So the question is, do we do the repeat or do we just end? So here's what we're gonna do, and this is kind of what you'd need to discuss with your director, conductor, or partner, whatever. So what we are going to do, from playing from the beginning, we're going to hit that repeat from beginning. We're going to play through, and then play that whole second line. We're going to repeat that repeat. So from the end to 1, 2, 3, 4, the fourth measure on the second line, okay? And then we're going to play from the beginning, and then we're gonna do fine, do not repeat for second time round, okay? That's what we're gonna do. All right, so taking a look at this, we can cut that out. We can see that we have some accidentals going on. We have that E natural in measure 2. We have a D natural in measure 4, right? So we have a couple accidentals going on in second part, but shouldn't be too bad. And one thing to take note of as well, after we finish that first repeat, okay, where we have that rest, take note that's only for 2 beats, okay? So it's gonna feel a little wonky there. And that's because, take a look at that note right before fine. So it's measure 3 on the second line, right? We have 1, 2, we only have 2. So when we play on, it's only, that rest is for 2 beats, okay? So take note of that. Looks a little funny. So another odd thing to take note of, this is actually a pickup from the very beginning. So it's going to be 1, 2, da, 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 okay? I know, there's a lot of weird things when it comes to the counting in this one. Just gotta pay attention. All right, let's go ahead and give this a try. Ready? I'm gonna do 1 full count of measure and then 1, 2, play. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. excellent job. Hopefully that helped with understanding the repeats, but to be honest, on this, you kind of have to look ahead, right? So we have the pickup, not a big deal when we're first starting in, but then when we hit measure 3 of the bottom line, where we have that half note, and that takes up the full measure, you have to already be looking at the pickups from the beginning. If you're looking directly at that half note and staying on that half note for that full duration, you're gonna miss what is coming up next. You have to be looking ahead. So as soon as you hit that C, look right back at the beginning, okay? I don't want you to miss it. Same thing when we hit the end there, right? When it hits the first repeat, just know that it's the rest, okay? But when it's time to go back to the beginning, as soon as you hit that A, look at that pickup from the very beginning, okay? All right, let's go ahead and do it again. Let's speed it up. Let's add in the articulations, because there are drastic articulations here. We have slurs, staccatos, regular notes, okay? So we're gonna add that in, and make sure you're looking ahead when you're hitting those half notes now. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Excellent job. Hopefully you got those articulations in, okay? And hopefully looking ahead helped you stay on track and not breaking things up or getting lost of where you need to be. All right, let's do it one more time. Let's speed it up a little closer to tempo, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Excellent job. So how about you still play on this one and I'll play the top part. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. right, excellent job. All right, now let's learn part 1. Okay, now if you probably noticed from when we just played the duet that our parts are similar, but not all the same, okay? It starts off with the same rhythm, just different notes. And then where we have the 2 quarters, we now have a half, okay? Kind of makes it a little bit easier. But looking on the second line where part 2 rested, we have 1/8 notes, okay? So let's go ahead and give this a try. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Excellent job. So we should feel comfortable with articulation already because the articulation pretty well matches part 2. All right. The only thing that might get a little tricky is, once again, just looking ahead where you need to be on those half notes, because we don't have the rests this time. Keep looking ahead. Keep thinking ahead. Don't play ahead, though. Just look ahead, okay? And I think everything kind of smooths out. Same kind of rules apply here. All right. Let's do it again a little bit faster. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. All right, excellent job. So now let's play it a little closer to tempo and then we'll do it as a duet. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. All right, excellent job. All right, now let's go ahead and do it as a duet. You remain on the top part, I'll play the bottom part. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. All right, excellent job. Always fun to do duets. All right, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know down in the comments. While you're down there, don't forget to hit like, notify, and subscribe so you don't miss any of our practices. Thanks for joining, and until next time.